Title: I found my face on a missing person poster. I didn't recognize myself at first. That's the part that still bothers me the most. It wasn't like looking into a mirror. It wasn't even like seeing an old photo. It felt distant, like I was looking at someone I used to know, but couldn't quite place. I was just walking home. Same street I've taken 100 times. Same cracked pavement. Same flickering streetlight that never gets fixed. Nothing unusual. Until I saw the poster. It was taped to a concrete pole, half peeling off at the edges. Rain had smeared the ink just enough to make everything look warped. But the face was still clear. Too clear. I slowed down without realizing it. My body reacted before my brain did, because something felt wrong. You know that feeling? When your stomach drops for no reason, like your body knows something your mind hasn't caught up to yet. Yeah, that. I stepped closer, and that's when it hit me. The face on the poster was mine. I laughed, not because it was funny, but because it couldn't be real. There are billions of people in the world. Lookalikes exist. It had to be that. It had to be that. Still, I kept staring. Same eyes, same small scar above the eyebrow, the one I got when I was a kid falling off a bike. Same uneven jawline, same everything, except the expression. The person in the poster wasn't smiling, wasn't neutral either. It looked like they were trying to say something, but couldn't. Like the photo had been taken at the wrong moment. Or the right one. I stepped back. At the top, in bold black letters, missing. Below it, a name, not mine, but close enough to make my chest tighten. Daniel Cross. My name is David. That shouldn't matter, but it did, because everything else matched. I should have walked away. Anyone else would have. But I didn't. I leaned in again. There was more text under the name. Last seen 6 months ago. 6 months. I did the math without meaning to. 6 months ago. I moved here. New apartment, new job, new routine, fresh start. That's what I told people. That's what I told myself. I kept reading. If found, please contact. There was a number. My fingers twitched. I don't know why I did it, but I took out my phone and I saved it. Not called. Not yet. Just saved. Like I knew this wasn't over. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw the poster. Not just the face, but the expression. It felt wrong, like it wasn't just a picture, but a message. At 2:17 a.m., I gave up trying. I got out of bed, walked to the bathroom, and looked in the mirror. Normal. Everything looked normal. Same face I've seen every day, but something felt off. I leaned closer. That's when I noticed it. The scar above my eyebrow. I always remembered getting it as a kid, falling off my bike, but suddenly, I couldn't remember the moment, not clearly, just fragments, like a story I'd been told too many times, not something I lived. I stepped back. My heart started racing. Because for the first time, I wasn't sure which version was real. I told myself not to call. I really did. But curiosity is a dangerous thing, especially when it starts to feel like the only way forward. So the next morning, I did it. I dialed the number. It rang once, twice. Then someone picked up. A woman. Her voice was quiet, careful. Hello? I hesitated. I almost hung up, but then I said it. I saw the poster. Silence. Not the normal kind. The heavy kind. The kind that fills the space with something unspoken. Then she asked, "Where did you see it?" Her voice changed. Not hopeful, not relieved. Something else. Something tense. I told her the street. Another pause. Then she said something I wasn't expecting. "Are you alone right now?" That question, it didn't feel right. "Yeah," I said slowly. "Why?" She didn't answer immediately. When she did, her voice dropped even lower. "If you're looking at that poster, you need to leave." My grip tightened on the phone. "What do you mean?" "You shouldn't be there," she said. "You really shouldn't." A chill ran through me. "I'm not there anymore," I said. I saw it yesterday." Silence again, then a breath, like she was trying to steady herself. "What's your name?" she asked. I swallowed. "David." Another pause, longer this time. Then, almost whispering, "That's not possible." She asked for my number. I gave it to her before thinking. A few seconds later, my phone buzzed. A message, an image. I opened it, and my entire body went cold. It was another photo of the missing person, clearer this time. No rain, no distortion. And there was no doubt anymore. It was me. Same face, same features, same everything. But this time, I noticed something new. The background. It wasn't random. It looked like a room. A small one, dimly lit, and in the corner of the image, there was a mirror. I zoomed in. My hands started shaking. Because in the reflection, the person in the mirror wasn't me. I stopped answering her messages after that. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what any of it meant. So I did what people do when reality starts breaking. I tried to ground myself. I went to work, acted normal, talked to coworkers, smiled, but everything felt staged, like I was playing a role I didn't fully understand. And then something small happened, something that shouldn't matter. A coworker asked me a simple question. "Hey, where did you grow up again?" Easy question, normal question. I opened my mouth to answer, and nothing came out. Not because I didn't want to say it, but because I didn't know. Not really. I had an answer ready, but it felt rehearsed, like something I'd memorized, not something I lived. And that's when it hit me. What if my memories aren't mine? I went back that night. I had to. The poster was still there. Same spot, same torn edges. But something had changed. There were more of them. 3 now, all identical. All staring back at me, or at whoever I was supposed to be. I stepped closer, and that's when I noticed it. Something written at the bottom, in pen, messy, almost desperate. It wasn't there before. I'm sure of it. It said, "He doesn't know yet." My chest tightened, because suddenly, everything started to connect. The missing person, the timeline, the gaps in my memory, the strange photo, the voice on the phone, and that message, "He doesn't know yet." That wasn't about someone else. That was about me. Which means someone knew. Someone was watching. And worse, someone was waiting. My phone rang. Unknown number. I answered without thinking. Same woman, but this time, she sounded different. Not scared, resolved. "You went back, didn't you?" she asked. I didn't answer. "You weren't supposed to do that," she said. "I need answers," I snapped. Silence. Then, "Okay," she said, "but you're not going to like them." She told me her name was Elena. She said Daniel Cross, the man on the poster, was her brother. 6 months ago, he disappeared. No signs of struggle, no explanation, just gone. But that wasn't the worst part. The day he disappeared, she said slowly, he told me something. I held my breath. He said if anything happened to him, I shouldn't trust him. My mind struggled to process that. "That doesn't make sense," I said. "I know," she replied, "but neither does this." She paused, then added, "He said if you ever showed up, it means he didn't make it out." I didn't sleep that night. I didn't go home either. I just walked, trying to piece it together. If Daniel is missing, and I look exactly like him, and I don't remember my past, then what does that make me? A replacement? A copy? Or something worse? Because there was one question I couldn't escape. If I'm not Daniel, then where is he? And if I am Daniel, then why don't I remember? I went back to my apartment. For the first time, it didn't feel like mine. Everything looked staged, placed, like a set. I started searching, closets, drawers, everything. And then I found it, hidden behind a loose panel in the wall, a box inside it, photos, dozens of them, all of me, but different. Different clothes, different places, different expressions. And in every single one, I looked slightly off, like I was learning how to be myself. At the bottom of the box, there was a note, my handwriting. I recognized it instantly. It said, "If you're reading this, it worked, but it's not over. They're still watching, and next time, you won't wake up." I don't know how long I sat there, staring at that note, trying to understand what I had done, or what had been done to me. But one thing became clear. This wasn't the beginning. This was a continuation, a loop, and I wasn't the first version of myself, just the latest. I slowly reached for my phone, opened the camera, and looked at my reflection for a moment. It was normal. Then it blinked, out of sync, just slightly, just enough. And in that moment, I understood. I'm not trying to find Daniel anymore. I'm trying to escape whatever took him. And the worst part, I think it already knows that I remember.